We get asked a lot of questions about air racing. Some are pretty serious, some are curious, and some are very random. So before we head back to Roswell, we thought we'd answer a few of our favourites. How fast do we fly? How low can we go? How much fuel do these things burn? And the most important, are drop bears real? You asked, we answered. Welcome back to the road to Roswell.
I believe the hardest part of racing, air races, is the training that goes into it. Earning the money to afford the training is a serious challenge. It's a very expensive sport.
No, the hardest part of racing physically is the other airplanes. Getting beaten up by a bigger, fast plane in front of you. And not knowing exactly what the jet's going to do, but trying to visualize something that you can't see. Wingtip vortices and jet wash is probably the hardest physical part of air racing.
It costs us more in fuel and trying to stop somewhere, and it doesn't have the range, so no.
No.
Not fast enough.
In 2023, I clocked just under 400 miles an hour, and 2025, Tammy clocked just over 400 miles an hour. So that's my challenge this year, is to break that record.
How fast does a jet fly?
Hopefully fast enough. About 400 miles an hour.
Yep, we drive it straight across the Pacific. It floats, it's fantastic, and it's so economical. Doesn't take long at all, really. I mean, I think the last crossing, 20 days at sea or something, yeah.
So maybe you should talk to your geographic teacher. To get to Roswell, okay, so it's probably about a 14-hour flight to San Fran, and then about another 4-hour flight to Albuquerque, and then probably about a 3-4 hour drive from Albuquerque to Roswell.
It takes way too long to get there.
Walk me through a race lap from the cockpit. What are you actually thinking about?
So I'm trying to put a picture together of the whole race course, not just where the pylons are. So really looking, using my peripheral vision, I'm scanning for where other jets are. If I'm in a much faster jet, who I'm coming up on, who I will be coming up on, but primarily just taking external cues rather than specific points on the race course to figure out where I'm at.
How the cows are going back home in Australia? No. All jokes aside, no. I'm concentrating on flying a very tight, safe line.
So the L-29 was built around about 1968. So yeah, they're all around about that, late 60s. It holds around about 1,300 litres. So if you divide that by 3.9, that'll give you US gallons.
That's a good question. I would say about 20 more minutes than I need, hopefully.
What's the biggest misconception that normal pilots have about air racing?
That we're crazy. It's very well planned and very well executed. Military in the sense of it's plan, execute, debrief. it would be more foreign to a civilian pilot than a military pilot.
Oh, I think they might think that we're all trying to be mavericks out there, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach a standard in aviation that you can't reach in conventional aviation.
The old 29 burns about 600 to 700 litres an hour. It really depends what you're doing. Obviously, when we're racing, we burn more than that.
How much fuel does the jet burn?
A shit ton.
Oh, it burns way too much fuel.
So here in Australia, it costs probably about $2.70 a litre, and that's why we love going to America, because it's a bit cheaper there. I think it's about $5 a gallon.
How much does fuel cost?
A shit ton.
Too much. I don't worry about it. My wife, Miranda, she does enough panicking for both of us. She's threatened to leave me if I don't curb the amount I spend on jet fuel, and my reply was, "I'll miss you."
How much does the fuel cost? We just don't talk about that. Oh, 50 feet. We never go lower than that.
So you can fly really low. The legal limit is 50 feet. But you can accidentally go to lower than that, but then you'll get disqualified.
How much of winning is the airplane, how much is the pilot, and how much is strategy?
I haven't won yet, but it's all three. You can have a slightly slower jet, put a better qualifying lap together, and being on pole is a massive step, but I think the most important part is putting a clean race together. No pylon cuts, no high flies, no low flies is probably the most important part, and it can eventually sometimes be a race of attrition.
I guess I become a glider pilot.
Okay, if your engine stops, which is pretty rare, I mean, these are jet engines that were built to last. So what'll happen then is you'll lose power, but as soon as you notice that, you'll pull up. And because you're doing 400 miles an hour, you'll probably climb about 4,000 feet. And then you can either fix the problem if you can, or just look and position yourself for a landing on the runway.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, drop bears are, you know, a koala bear? So you've got the koala bear up in the tree. And when they do their business, the drop bears come down. So you've got to be careful of that. And make sure you don't get it on you.
Drop bears. We don't really have drop bears because koalas aren't bears, they're marsupials. So we don't have drop bears, but we maybe drop other things.
They most definitely are real nasty little buggers.
George.
Who's most likely to forget something important?
George.
Oh, I'd say George for sure.
Oh, that would be me for sure. If I don't make a stuff up by lunchtime, I start to get worried because it's going to be huge.
And who's in charge of our team? Well, our team leader is, of course, Charlie. The team boss is, of course, Tammy.
Who's in charge of the team?
Cam.
Oh. Charlie thinks he's the boss, but we all know Tammy's the real boss. It's when she says jump, we say how high.
Well, I mean, it's always going to be me. I'm the boss.
No, because you've been trained and you're in control. We know what we're doing, theoretically, and as long as we don't get carried away and we stay within the parameters of our limitations and the plane's limitations. Because it's good fun, and it's the only place we can do it, which is in Roswell. They're the people that we meet and that we race with.
Childhood dream. Everyone wants to fly fast jets, don't they?
What is your favorite part about racing?
Landing and hugging my kids.
Well, it's definitely the people, the September family, all the fans, the racers. That's what brings us back.
The best pilot in our team, I don't want to get beat up on my second year there, so I might let that one go.
I think we all have our strengths and weaknesses, but I think overall I am.
Definitely Tammy. I can't do the stuff she does.
That's a tricky question, because we all have our strengths and weaknesses. But, I'd probably say me.
Well, I'm a lot of things. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm funny, I'm really charming, but of all things, I'm a really modest guy. But, I'm the best pilot.
No need to. They're all over the place.
Not normally, although we do have a lot of kangaroos around, especially here at the airport. We get quite a few of them, and they do hop around our little house at home. Sometimes we see them in the cul-de-sac and on the street, so it's pretty common to see kangaroos.
In Australia, we don't really have kangaroos as pets, but they're good enough in my backyard. I think they own the place anyway, so they're like pets, I guess. They come and go as they want.
Yes, at times we have raised a number of joeys, as we call them in Australia. They are beautiful little creatures. They make fantastic pets, and all the kids love them. Seriously cute.
What's the most important thing to think about when you're racing?
What you're doing and what everybody else is doing.
Paying for the fuel.
Well, the rule is you fly it, you clean it.
Sleep.
I get coffee. I love American coffee.
I don't know. Where Min?
Where's Min? That's a Kathy question.
Oh, men. Last I heard, he was out looking for drop bears.